Fish in Canada, brought to you in part by Stearns, the life jacket experts. Ram Trucks, nothing works harder than a Ram. Castrol, more than just oil, it's liquid engineering. US Reel, when performance means everything. And Radio World, ask the experts at radioworld.ca.
Go down one row down, one more over.
That one.
That one right there. I get from here. He's just crisp. He's got a lot of contrast and punch. I can see.
Yeah, it'll bring those two scenes back together. Well, it's the last one we need, so.
Perfect. Get it done.
I don't know about you, buddy, but this season is dragging on forever. It's like it's never going to end. Is it just me or what?
You know what? I hadn't really noticed, but now that you mentioned it, it has gone on a long time. But I wouldn't do too much complaining yet, buddy, because it ain't over yet. There's still a lot of work to be done.
No, I realize that. Let's not lose sight of the fact that Mikey's gone, you know, and for the last 6 years, the big galoot's been out in the field with us on every shoot,
right.
lending a helping hand.
Yeah, no kidding. 6 years with Mikey, and don't forget, 20 years with brother Reno.
I hadn't thought about that for a while. That's weird because this is the first time since it started that we're home alone.
You know what? You're right. Wow.
How weird is that?
I'm not sure what he's getting at with all this stuff, but if he's thinking of trying to replace Mike, or Reno for that matter, it'll never happen. Some things just can't or shouldn't be messed with.
Man, that monkey, that monkey bit it right off. Boy, isn't it? We're still itchies.
Now that had to be the funniest moment in Fishing Canada history. Actually, anytime those two got together, there was potential for a good laugh or a great disaster.
For you to get thrown out of a bar, a punk to get thrown out of a bar. You know what, Mike? I can't stand this anymore. You are fired.
What are you talking about? You can't fire me.
Get out of here. He's an idiot.
Are you crazy?
He's an idiot.
You can't do that on air.
I just did.
I forgot how dynamic those two were together.
They were fun.
Those were good old days,
Yeah.
man. That's great stuff.
No kidding.
You know, all this has got me thinking, what do you say we bring another guy onto the Fishing Canada fold for next season?
Wow. Well, I don't think it's a good idea. No, I mean, those guys were great to work with, but don't get me wrong. You remember how much work it is to keep everything in check and keep moving in the right line?
Yeah, but that's what I do around here. Don't you worry about it. That's what I'm here for. Not sure what's bugging Pete about me wanting to look at a few other guys for the show, but whatever it is, you better get over it. I think a little bit of fresh blood is just what we need around here. Besides, we're not going to be around forever. What do you think of Vic Carroll from out west, from out in BC?
Vic would be awesome, but the problem would be BC, right? The distance. If we have to get him back and forth every week. And Vic, he's got so much on the go. He's always a million miles an hour anyway,
Yeah,
so.
you're probably right. Same could be said for Joe Anthony from the East Coast, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's too bad because either one of those two guys would be a great fit, you have to admit.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not 100% convinced of this, but you know what? If you're still bent and determined, what about Paul Castellano from Niagara or John Blanchard from the Muskoka? I think they could probably pull it off.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You shot with them. What are their strengths? What do they do? Talk to me.
Well, you got a river fisherman that fishes trout and bass compared to a lake fisherman that fishes walleye and pike. But they can both adapt to any other direction. They are very opposing in personalities, which I think would be great. If you're going to try somebody, I think that's a good start.
We could do worse. I mean, like I said before, they look good. But if they got the parts, if they got the right stuff to be able to do what we do.
We'd have to figure that out, right? Test them out, whatever. If we're going to do it, I think they're a great starting point.
Yeah, it might be worth having a peek. I don't think I'll tell these guys exactly what I'm here to do. It wouldn't be fair. Besides, if they don't have the right stuff to join the Fishing Canada team, why would I want to hurt their feelings? What they don't know won't hurt them. The Fishing Canada show is looking for new young blood. As I head out to audition Captain John Blanchard, the first of my two prospects, I realize that there are a few very special firsts going on here today. First, I'm going to spend a day on a body of water that I've never walleye fished before. And since my DOP
Why is it flashing?
is on vacation, my cameraman today will be shooting a Fishing Canada segment for his very first time. And of course, this will be the first time that I'm shooting with Captain John Blanchard. For that matter, I don't recall ever going out to purposely audition anyone before. First. Cool. At the ramp, it was difficult for me not to tell John why we were here today. But it wouldn't have been fair to anybody if I did. So, mum's the word. Although there were a few things he needed some help with.
I think you got this twisted up on this side, this arm. Oh, okay. Turn.
For the most part, he seems to have the situation pretty much under control. I'll give him just enough help to get him through this screen test.
I actually prefer this overcast if the rain stays off us.
Yeah, even from a shooting standpoint, it's nice because it's even light. We don't have to worry about coming in and out of shadows, and it works out good for everybody.
I think they're suspended and they come up, they're pushing bait up on it, and then they find a habitat, a situation where they like, and they're sitting tight on it. That would be my guess. But I'm a little meticulous on how I fish these humps.
Okay.
You know, with boat placement,
Yeah.
it's everything, because by the time you're done landing a fish, next thing you're in 100 feet of water.
Right.
And
There's one thing that I'm absolutely convinced of. John Blanchard knows his fishing stuff. This guy is as knowledgeable about his fishing world as anyone I've ever worked with. But as I've mentioned before, there's a lot more to this game than that.
got a bit of pull to it.
You know what? Now you're right. Now he's starting to wake up a little bit. These things are feisty.
They're healthy. They're gorgeous fish.
That is beautiful for sure.
Now I'm going to take a stab.
On the leech, Johnny.
Yeah, good call.
Good one. And that's from those rocks, right?
Beautiful.
Obviously, he's living in the
Yep,
crevices.
just
Cool.
hanging tight here all the time. Here you go.
You feeling it, brother?
Yeah, it's got some good weight to it. It's a walleye
Oh,
pole.
nice.
Beautiful
again.
fish.
Nice again.
Very similar to the other
Yep.
one.
Again, nicely done. Boy, he just gave up at the end though, didn't he?
Didn't he?
On a worm this time. I'm looking at it in the water and I'm saying, boy, that's got to have some great visibility down there.
Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
bright.
Whoa, there's something I've got to straighten out. Johnny has to learn right from the get-go how to handle fish properly if he has any hope of making it. Oh, that's right, John. Put both hands in the fish's gills, why don't you? Ooh, he's definitely going to need some work here.
Very, very stocky through the midsection for a walleye.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Put him away, buddy. Let him swim back there and tell his friends that we're in town.
It's definitely going to be difficult for me to focus on the objective today with all these darn walleye around. My job here is to see how John reacts to the camera, me, the fish, and the changing conditions, all the while keeping an eye on a green camera operator who might end up falling in the lake before this day's all over. Well, maybe he won't go in on his own accord. I may be helping him a bit, especially after he just lost our POV camera to the man in the sea. Yeah, that's right. It's gone to the depths of Lake Muskoka.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff, buddy. But you were saying it's hard to get a shore lunch fish here, right?
Now, I know why I'm here today, but I got to tell you, this Lake Muskoka walleye fishery may be one of the best kept secrets in Canadian angling. Until today, that is. I guarantee you, next season, I'm coming up here to do a real Fishing Canada episode. Man, this walleye fishing is unbelievable.
That is a Muskoka walleye. Big, bulky bruiser, big, fat back. Oh. Oh. Nice.
Beautiful
Nice
fish.
job, buddy. Now, is this typical, or is
This, you
Have
know,
I told you how impressed I am with this Muskoka walleye fishery?
That is walleye fishing at its best. This is incredible. This is absolutely mind-boggling.
All right. Johnny must be saying to himself by now, why doesn't the old man just tie on a worm? The walleye are annihilating it. Well, little does he know that the spotlight is on him today. Not the Fishing Canada guy, not the fish, not the location. It's on John Blanchard. And I got to tell you, so far so good.
What a discovery. Right here in Muskoka.
Well, I think I've seen enough. The rookie cameraman has survived the day. John Blanchard is a genuine article. Tremendous fishing skills, great knowledge of the water, handles himself relatively well under pressure. But I really didn't see him open up to the camera as much as I would have liked. But that's okay, it's fixable. Time to go see the other guy, Paul Castellano. The Fishing Canada show is looking for new young blood. I'm on my way to Niagara to meet up with Paul Castellano. And if Paul is anything like Johnny, I'm in for another good day on the water. What a great guy he is. There's definitely something there that I like. You see, what a lot of people don't understand is that just angling abilities alone do not a fishing show host make. It takes a lot more than just that. Personality, charm, ability to think on your feet, a willingness to be a team player. Don't mind working long, hard days, and most importantly, a passion for the outdoors. Now that's the total package.
You tie a snell knot, or a loop knot it's called.
Yeah.
and then mix and match colors, and it's just supposed to resemble, you know, a roe bag or artificial eggs.
You know what? This guy sounds really good. This dog sure looks like it can hunt, but I'm curious to see what happens once the feathers start to fly.
So that flips up. There you go.
Hey, what's with these guys not
And
knowing
then
how
we'll
to put on a
tighten that
life
up.
jacket? I need to send them to the Stearns Academy of PFDs.
Beautiful. Look at you.
There we go. All right.
How's the garb pipe fishing in there?
It's okay.
Not great?
They're small, eh?
Yeah.
You know, if you want gars, there's better areas
Yeah.
of Ontario, right? Much better.
Right off the bat, I gotta tell you, I really like the way Paul handles himself. Not only as an angler, but as a person. For his relatively young age, he's got that certain confidence about himself that's usually reserved for, well, you know, old dogs like me. Don't know about you, but the guy could convince me to buy swampland.
You know, I've always been like a multi-species guy like yourself.
Yeah.
And gar was something that fascinated me when I was a kid. I saw these gars, I was walking the shallows of Lake Erie, and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at these things. And they're really curious, right? And if you put something in front of them that's, well, there's some secrets. Maybe we should.
Yeah, maybe we'll
should
save
show
that
you. We'll
for
save that
another
for another time.
episode.
But I will say this. So chartreuse. So that's our first clue, right?
One thing's for sure, Paul would never be short of words to share with his audience. But maybe it's time to try and get him off his game a bit. He's in a real comfy place right now, so it might be time to see how he reacts to a little bit of pressure. And no better way to rattle a guy than to beat him at his own game. Here we go.
An absolute beaut.
There we go, buddy. Nice job.
Very nice. Yeah.
Perfect. Nice work, Ange. Same size. Yeah, like literally same
Little
year class.
clone.
Is it? Yep.
A little clone.
All right. On that chartreuse. Yeah, good job.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That is a cool fishery, man.
Nice job.
One thing that people don't realize, and we're all guilty of it, right? You say that's a 1 year, 2 year old
Yeah.
fish. Fish are like humans. And what I mean by that is you and I can be the same age, but you're 6'2" and I'm 5'2".
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I just say I'm 5'2"? Let me set the record straight before any of you go thinking that comment was true. This is 5'2", and I'm considerably taller than that.
That was a bulldog and a half.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, Brad.
I got her. Nice stuff.
Look at these fish.
That's cool. Take a stab at her. That's awesome.
That's a neat little fish.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Why did I give John Blanchard a lot more opportunity to outfish me and boost his confidence, and yet I'm not cutting poor little Paulie any slack whatsoever? Well, let me just tell you, poor little Paulie doesn't need any more confidence than he already has. In fact, he could use a little bit of old-fashioned humility. Now, think of it this way. Every shrub needs to be trimmed. Today, I'm just a gardener doing a little gardening.
Nice. All right. Nice work, man. I gotta change something here.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, real nice.
Open water, you can drift with them. That's a brown. That is a brown trout.
That's awesome. Huh? That is cool. Palm the.
What do we call that? About a 25 pounder?
Oh boy, don't
I
even
would
get
say.
going there.
Hey,
Oh,
come
you're-
on! Whoa! Oh, just a little bit. Oh, nice!
Jumping. Did that just jump?
Yes.
That's awesome.
He's fatter than the other.
Oh yeah,
he's a chunky.
It's a hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Awesome.
How cool is that? Here we go, buddy.
All right.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at him coughing up eggs.
Yeah. You know what? When I see that, I'm gonna, even though that's working, I'm gonna try something
A
different.
single egg.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it up and try
He
something
was
different.
going, man. Hey, I really like the fact that Paul is always thinking of doing things to outfish the next guy. It'll come in handy when he has an overly aggressive co-host to deal with, like I always do.
Pull the rod out of my hand. Did
I
you see
know.
that? I set the hook in it.
I know.
It literally yanked the rod right out of my hand almost.
Yep. Oh, it's a nice.
there
Oh,
we
that's a
go.
nice fish. That's a nice
Wow, look at the shoulders on that girl.
fish. Okay, buddy, bring him in.
You say that to her.
Wrong way. Get over
I'm
here.
running a 6-pound leader on this.
I
right?
know.
Most people rush at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's typically
Why you get so
when-
excited that you want to get in the
Absolutely.
boat. Oh, what a
All right.
fat
There's a chance.
fish. There
Nice
you go.
net job.
There you
There
go.
we go.
That is
That
a
is a
brown.
pig. Right
And
there.
it's fat too.
Yeah. Look
Fantastic,
at that
buddy.
right there. That is
Absolutely
just
outstanding.
a gorgeous,
Look at the gut on
gorgeous
that
fish. Look at the belly.
That is just one big
chunky.
brown.
Short
You know,
but
you
chunky.
think of brown trout, you know,
Yeah.
a little.
No, these Great Lakes browns, Niagara River Browns, they're growing big.
Do us the honor, my friend.
Right. Growing big. But, you know, really they get a lot bigger.
That probably, you know, releasing a fish like that is almost as satisfying as catching one.
Yeah, I don't like
It's fantastic.
You know, I don't. I like to see them swim
All right,
away.
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
I'm a believer.
All right,
I'm
good
a
stuff.
believer.
And thank you so much.
You know, I got to tell you, these guys blew me away. I mean, it goes without saying that they both have tremendous angling skills. I was expecting that. But the fact that they also have all the other qualities completely took me by surprise. John's got this incredible personality that really connects with the audience and has you rooting for it right from the get-go. And Paul? Well, what can I say about Paulie? He reminds me of a young Peter Bowman, actually. Well, sort of. You know, maybe a little taller, a little better looking, a little nicer personality. Yeah, maybe not. On camera, he's great, and I got a feeling this guy would double our female audience overnight.
I don't know who crapped in Prima Donna's cornflakes this morning, but he may want to ease off, or he's going to see 5'3" of Tasmanian devil ripping up a storm and knocking his old petrified butt out of here, making room for yet another fishing show host. Now, as far as Paul and John are concerned, I think they're both more than qualified to do the job, and I'd love to work with them. The problem is, which one?
To get to the lower Niagara River from Toronto, I took Highway 401 west to 427. Next, I took the QEW all the way to Road 81 and headed east. Then I turned left on Niagara Parkway and right on Dumfries Street. From there, it's a short drive to the Queenston Boat Ramp. For my Muskoka Walleye trip, I took Highway 401 to Highway 400 north. Then I took Highway 11 north to Highway 169 at the town of Gravenhurst. Next, I turned right onto Highway 118 and traveled into the town of Port Carling. Finally, I turned right on Bailey Street to the boat launch at Hannah Park. Today's hotspot is a section of the Niagara River on the Canadian side. The waypoint on your screen will get you right there. Now, this is a typical Niagara River area where the fish will be moving in and out on given days. If the fish aren't here, simply pick up and move downriver. Searching is the key to finding fish. Try bouncing roe bags or minnows along the bottom on a 3-way swivel rig. Remember to vary the length of your leader and dropper. For my walleye portion of the show, I fished a classic break line near Keewaydin Island on Muskoka Lake. This waypoint is extra special because not only is it a great walleye area, but it's also got a beauty little underwater camera that I now deem as expensive structure. You guessed it, we donated yet another piece of Fishing Canada shooting gear to the fish gods. Hey, if you somehow help us retrieve the footage that's in the camera, not only will we let you have the camera, but we'll also send you and a fishing buddy on an all-expense-paid trip to one of our favorite lodges. For more hotspots like this one, check out fishingcanada.com.
Fish in Canada, brought to you in part by Stearns, the life jacket experts. Ram Trucks, nothing works harder than a Ram. Castrol, more than just oil, it's liquid engineering. US Reel, when performance means everything. And Radio World, ask the experts at radioworld.ca.